I really feel that in my own personal movie, I've had to be a warrior many times in how I handle situations, but I found that what matters always is when I speak my truth. It doesn't matter if other people even change. They may totally stay exactly the way they are, and maybe for lifetimes they're going to stay in that. Sarah and I kind of were talking about the pattern with people, and some people may have a ways to go before they're really ready to shift, but we are supposed to be responsibility for ourselves right now. And so taking that power back for yourself, speaking your truth for yourself, that's what's going to make you happy and peaceful. And it's going to help you live an empowered life compared to if you're just always biting your tongue, you're always enabling behavior, and you never feel like you have a right to speak your truth. I personally feel that is what creates some of the deepest anxiety in people, is failing to actually claim their power. What do you think about that, Sarah?
Yeah,
Is she still there?
I definitely have. Yeah, I've seen a lot of evidence of that, like in my own life and in close friends around me. It seems like we seem to be mirroring similar things to each other, but as like hard as speaking truth can be, and my friend actually just did this the other night, and she came home and she was like, it was so heart-wrenching, but at the same time, there's like always this underlying sense of peace that comes with speaking your truth. You're like, I mean, it really does bring out like that highest self of you, and so it is the courageous thing, because you do have to be prepared for the emotions that come, but then like being able to feel those emotions and process those emotions instead of stuffing them away and pretending like they're not there. Like, that's true strength, and you feel that power. I mean, it really is in your whole being. You can feel that. So it's scary sometimes, but it's always worth it. And yeah, you just kind of have to be prepared for what can lead to your life, because, you know, in a lot of cases, you kind of know when someone's not going to stick around. You can kind of feel that intuition. And with my boyfriend, I kind of knew that if I really stood up for what I wanted, he'd be gone, and that's why I didn't do it sooner. I needed to be ready to really let him go. But when you know that kind of thing, that's a big sign that maybe it's time to say something.
Yeah, and what I'm witnessing with you personally is like the times where I've seen you the most confused and disrupted and just upset and just not feeling empowered, Sarah, has been when you were just following along with the other person's plan and kind of denying a lot of who you really were, hoping they would just eventually accept you for who you were. And I feel like that's such a suffering path. And like I was telling Sarah, you know, she was in this for 5 months, and she's like, it was a long time to go through that, but I, you know, figured it out. And I'm like, girl, I was in that shit for 23 years, you know? And so we don't have to stay that long, but really we stay and we learn from whatever we're doing, whether we're there 5 months, 5 years. What matters is that you get to that place where you realize that it feels so uncomfortable to be around people. And Sarah and I were kind of talking about how when you're with people that don't really honor you for who you are, a lot of times they will project this sense of weakness upon you, as if you're a weak person because you actually are emotional, or you feel, or you're intuitive or sensitive. And what we both have learned, because we were talking about this on our walk today, is that it's actually strength. It takes huge courage to be vulnerable, and huge courage to really speak the truth, not really with any care of what may be the consequence, but just to know that that truth matters so much to say. And there's going to be times that people really will leave your movie because you stand your ground on something. Think of someone like coming out about being gay, and then all of a sudden their friend list shrinks quite a bit because all these other people think that's a sin and it's evil, and so now they don't like them. But think of the freedom for that human to actually just be truthful in their life for the first time. And what's beautiful is you may drop some of those misaligned friends from your life, but you're creating space for more genuine relationships to come in, of people who truly do accept you for who you are. You know, don't go like the irony is my grandma has this saying, which my grandma's the one that's really out of alignment right now in a lot of situations, but my brother said this the other day, that she told him, you know, don't go where you're tolerated, go where you're celebrated. And I totally agree with that. But there are going to be times if we're around people that just are tolerating us, but they're kind of projecting weakness and shame on us, like Sarah discovered herself and I discovered in my marriage, it takes a toll on you. It starts to really wear you down, and you start to say you're confused, because we're not confused. I really believe in my soul, none of us are confused, but we say we are when we stay in those relationships too long and we start to believe their false projections over our own inner truth. What do you think about that?
Definitely agree. That's very, very relevant.
Yeah.
Yeah. And hearing how, it's interesting, we were talking about this too, how the people in your life, even if you think they care about you, sometimes their advice doesn't feel right, and a lot of times they're projecting something from their own life onto you, and kind of needing you to stay in their thing, because they know that if you step into your power, you're mirroring that they could do that, and that makes them super uncomfortable.
Absolutely. That is so true.
That's a big factor too, and it can be hard. Like, you really do have to stand strong and be like, I know this is right for me, even if someone else isn't going to agree with me, but I have to know that that's not about me, that's about them, and only I really truly know what's right for me. I can get advice, and I appreciate advice, especially from aligned people, but, you know, other than that, it's like, okay, thank you for sharing, but, like, I don't agree, and that's hard to do too, especially if it's somebody, you know, family or friend person that, like, you know, that you care about and you want, you know,
you kind of want their support on it, but they're maybe not telling you should go that direction.
Yeah, exactly. So it's all a dance.
Yeah, I agree with that. And I think that's coming back to that place, like, when you're taking full responsibility of your life, that's something I've learned personally. There has been times, I don't know, Sarah, if you know this band Whitesnake, but there's this song by Whitesnake, and it's Here I Go Again on My Own. So if you don't know it, maybe listen to that song right now during this breakup and you'll really relate to it. But that song has been like it's just been like this theme song in my life a lot, where when it comes to the point where, I've had a lot of things around me that look like family, the illusion of comfort, the illusion of friendships, and sometimes they show themselves to be exactly that, like, holy shit, there's a lot of illusion around me, and it's time for me to speak my truth. And a lot of those people, like, I don't judge my family that are still very much in dysfunctional relationships, but I sense so much hate and judgment coming at me for daring to leave mine. And what was interesting is I feel love for my family that are choosing that, but I won't tolerate abuse at the same time. And the love I feel for them is because I can see how clearly they are stuck, and they're choosing their stuckness. They're choosing to be stuck in these relationships that they know are not serving them. And so in order to do that and justify it, they cannot observe a human that's rising. They cannot observe that with honor, because if they did, they would have to look at their own life. So just like you're saying, someone choosing liberation in the presence of those who are unconscious, it encourages consciousness. And so sometimes those souls will want to get you the hell out of there because they don't want to see that. It's bringing too much vulnerability and truth to their own movie. So if you cannot take that personal,
they have a choice. They want to be a victim.
Yes.
If you show them they have a choice, then they're like, shit, it's harder for me to be a victim now.
Exactly. Yeah. And so, just keep being you. And what I've learned is when I'm just authentically being me, being true to me, loving me the whole time, no matter what they say, which can be hard, because if you have people you really deeply love and care about, and suddenly they're saying hateful things and they're not really showing you honor, that can be a hard thing. But keep rising anyway, because you're showing them through alignment how to do it. And if you stay stuck trying to please them and just go into their confusion with them, you both stay heavy and neither of you rise. So that kind of makes sense how important it is not to be connected or attached to any kind of agenda. That whole thing Source says through me all the time, which is, do not allow your attachments to rule and title to keep you stuck. Because really, we're evolving souls that are free, and we're expansive beings. We don't have to be stuck ever. But when we go into fear mode and we start making excuses for our evolution because we're actually afraid to take that journey, then we say we're confused and we say we're stuck. And it's really not truth. We're just choosing to deny the expansion journey that's being presented to us.
Definitely.
Well, I send you so much love, girl, on all of this. And I really feel that you've made such a great choice, and so many deeper lessons are going to keep kind of blossoming from this choice. And realize this is something you're going to do every moment of your day, every day, for the rest of your life. It's like it will never stop. And that's part of the beauty of this, is that every moment you have that moment to actually stand in your power and speak truth, or you have the opportunity to deny it. And I really feel the more you get comfortable with claiming your power and the more you get comfortable with owning that, the more amazing things you're going to do with your life, and you're going to feel good in your own skin. Compared to every time you deny that power, you feel more and more weakness, and you feel more and more self-confidence issues. And, every part of your power is always looked at as there's something missing, instead of when you just simply take that stand one moment after the next, it really makes a difference. So
Definitely.
Keep doing that.
Well, thank you for all your support, and I really appreciate the role that you've played in all of this. So thank you.
Mwah. You're welcome, girl. My honor, my pleasure. So proud of you.
Thank you.
Keep rising, sister. We got lots of other souls to inspire to come into that alignment. So don't underestimate the importance of you staying in that alignment. You know what I mean?
Definitely. Absolutely.
Well, thank you. Is there anything else you wanted to discuss today? Or do you feel like you got all of your heart's expression out on this topic?
I think I have definitely beat that horse to death today.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah,
well,
thanks
just
for letting me share.
Yeah, thank you for sharing. I really appreciate it. I bet you inspired a lot of people today. So just, take some time. So. What's that?
I said, I sure hope so.
Oh, yeah. I think you did. Just take some time for you to process. And remember, you don't have to be lonely. Just enjoy your alone time.
Yes.
All right. I love you, girl. Thank you for calling in.
You bet. Love you too. I'll talk to you later.
Okay. Bye-bye.
All right, bye.
So if anybody else wants to chime in and write in, or you want to call, I'll give you the number one more time because we got a little bit longer if somebody else wanted to call in. 919-518-9773. And thank you so much, Sarah, for taking the time to call in. And I really hope that her sharing her side of that, because like a breakup, that's a pretty big deal for a lot of us. And we get kind of comfortable in these relationship situations. And even when we're not happy, sometimes we're just like, we just get complacently attached, and we kind of, like Sarah was saying, use it as a distraction mechanism from your own expansion because you don't really believe in yourself enough to take that journey. So I encourage you guys to have the courage to actually value yourself and value your light and your voice and the magic that you brought to this planet. Like, speak it. Actually say who you are every day. Let people know who you genuinely are. And maybe let go of that old conditioning to be afraid of showing up and to show the world what you've been trained to be. The price of that is really high. That's a high cost to deny ourself and our true identity, our true values and alignment. That can be really, damaging long term to our souls. So I encourage you guys to take that journey. Is anybody else writing in, Amnon, or any questions coming
in? No.
Okay, what do you have to say about all that? Since we had a long discussion with Sarah, do you have anything you'd like to share? Your own personal experiences?
No, I didn't go through anything like this that I remember.
That's awesome.
I may have.
You just have like the most simple, peaceful life, I swear.
I try to.
That's awesome.
I mean, if I did, then it's somewhere, tucked really so deep that nothing is going to get it out.
Oh, I don't know about that one. Careful with that statement.
I don't know. I can't think of anything.
That's okay. How about in your observation of people in your life, people that you care about, that you've observed? not speak their truth. Have you observed anybody you cared about that really struggled because they were afraid to be